bat box. These are the bat boxes that we have. These are single chambered, so you can see in there it's just one chamber. Single chambered bat boxes, and they're wall mounted, so they're flat. So these will typically work best on barns, on the side of buildings, not metal buildings preferably. It gets too hot and it can actually cook the bats a little bit. But yeah, so any sort of flat surface on the wall or side of a barn or a shed would be ideal. If you don't have a southerly spot in order to place your house, it's always best to go as much south as you can, but east is always the better option because that morning sun is going to help them and heat that box up during the day. That way they're not cold or they're not overheating. So that's going to be the best option there. We talked about south facing. If you have two bat houses, you want to go southeast to northwest just to get the most of the sunlight for both sides of the box. And avoid orienting a lone bat house directly north as it can become too cool. So we want to make sure that it's an adequate temperature in there, that they're doing fine, and that they can rest easy and have their nice sleep. They should be placed 20 to 25 feet away from tree branches, wires, or other potential predator perches. So we do know that red-tailed hawks and some species of owl will actually prey upon bats. So if you have it next to a fence line or an electrical wire or a big tree where maybe owls or other things are hanging about, that could, by moving that away from there, you could decrease your chances of having incidental bat mortality. Anywhere you mount it should be 10 to 15 feet off the ground. 12 to 20 feet is like the general range, but 15 feet is like that sweet spot. Mainly because bats, whenever they come off their roosts, they actually have to drop and then they glide and then they'll flap away. So if you have it too low and they try and drop out, they'll end up hitting the ground and they can't take off from the ground. So if you do see a bat on the ground, you should get a stick and just put it on a tree. Never touch a bat with your bare hands while we're on that subject. Just don't do that. You don't know if the bat has rabies or not, and there's not any cause to put yourself at risk for something like that. You can wear leather gloves to pick them up and put them somewhere, or you can use the stick method. It's not recommended to hang bat boxes over like doorways or windows just because they're like us. You eat, you digest, and it comes out. So you don't want that to be collecting in some place where you're going to frequent, essentially. And then porch lights and security lights, if they, like the motion lights that you have, if they come on and they shine directly at the house, that can actually be another disturbance to the bats, and it may cause them to abandon and vacate that house. So these are just a few things that I thought would be helpful with trying to hang bat boxes and being a good steward to the bats as you're doing this. If you have any more questions, let me know. If I don't know the answer off the top of my head, I will do my best to research it and get that information back to you.